Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm King Sway, and welcome back to RPG Story Realm. This is where we tell RPG horror stories. As I die over the fucking mic. As I had said prior, I was battling a sickness. I don't know if it was the Rona or what. I just wasn't feeling well. I do apologize. That cough was genuine, and I'm sorry. But as I was saying, this is where we tell RPG horror stories, with the background being my playthrough of Elden Ring. And I'm looking at this. This got to be like episode 14, and I'm still wearing a standard warrior's garb, but I have the meteoric orb blade. But enough of my bullshittery. We're going to get to the story, which is Metagamer acts on wrong info, gets party TPK'd, accuses me of cheating, and the campaign ends. I'm laughing just reading this. Come on now, okay, you guys know I don't read these ahead of time. I pick one and I do the story for it because I messed up one time and did the same story twice. Here we go. My level 5 party was facing an archmage who kidnapped one of their allies. This NPC means a lot to them. They casted Revivify to save her once before. This enemy was supposed to use her to blackmail the party into revealing secret information. And with clever roleplaying, they could get the archmage to drop clues on the NPC's whereabouts. Fair enough. Enjoy my fight with this stupid dragon. I allowed my table to strategize out of character, and they wanted to fight him. I warned them repeatedly they're seriously outmatched, and strongly recommended that they don't. They snuck up on him and used silence and grapple. On his turn, he casted Psychic Scream and TPK'd the party. Later, one player sent me a post mentioning that when DMs change NPC spells, it alters their CR level, turning a deadly fight into an impossible one. He said silence and grapple was a clever strategy that should have led to them winning. I'll try to save it till later. Okay. I spoke with a player who was frustrated because in session 0, he asked if there were any variant rules we'd be using, and to him, NPCs changing prepared spells is a variant rule. It's not, it says in the monster manual. He admits he knows out of character Archmage can easily be killed with silence combo, which is why he pressed the attack with the Archmage. My Archmage had non-verbal spells because I saw one of my characters had silence. I made this decision before the session, not during the strategizing when they said they were about to use it. This decision was metagaming on my part, so I feel mistakes were made on both sides. And okay. The party was looking forward to pulling a victory out of the jaws of death. The metagamer says there's no way the Archmage should know what spells we have, and says I cheated. He has now left the group and blocked us. I spoke with the rest of my group. I'm going to dissolve the game and take a break from DMing. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the post. So you know what time it is. Let's get ready to rumble! You're about to hear my mouth, that's all. Okay, there's a couple ways I can deal with this. Silence was a good thing on the part of the players. I'm not gonna lie about that. But it states flat out they were dealing with beer burp I've been drinking. That they were dealing with an archmage. An archmage, which means someone highly versed in magic. And if you take the time to figure that an archmage has studied a lot of magic, it means they know that there's magic out there that can block magic, which means there's a contingency. Okay, well, I know there's magic out there that cancels out magic. There's magic out there that blocks other magic. Counterspell. Counterspell is something that could have been used, and that's within an archmage's their forte, their ability to use. Psychic Scream. Okay, sure, whatever. I don't think that's metagaming. You knew one of your players had silence. in my personal opinion, an archmage would know that somebody somewhere is going to have silence. So you plan around that. That's not metagaming. That's just strategy. That's, in my personal, that's just strategy. No, silence should have worked. It's an archmage. You think an archmage, someone that is well versed in magic and a powerful magician, is going to stick with just one skill? Oh, I wouldn't. Okay, you've heard me talk about Dakarin a lot. My character, Dakarin the demigod. He uses magic. He's a not a mage. He's a sorcerer. He was born with magic. But he's also a monk. You can deal with my magic all day long. Deal with these monk skills. I feel like it's no different. That story actually correlates with, and we got kids outside of my house. Yeah, just no. Anyway, that correlates with, okay, I'm gonna take it back a while. AOL doesn't exist anymore, but yeah, like I said, AOL. AOL had chat rooms, and we had text-based chat rooms. I used to do Naruto text-based role playing, and a lot of people use techniques that were used a lot on the show. Okay, well, if they're used a lot on a show, I'm going to figure out a way around them. I'm going to see that this might be something you use, and I'm going to go, okay, well, I'm going to figure out a strategy of how to deal with that. It's the same thing. Somebody goes, oh, well, you're cheating. No, it's a strategy. I have a contingency plan, and this is it. I don't understand how people don't understand it. Silence should have worked. Okay, it works on my spells that I need to say something for, right? What about the spells I don't need to say something for? Say the archmage had chi, or was a sorcerer and not just a mage. You know what I mean? What then? I mean, there's a lot of I don't want to get my terminology wrong, so I'm not going to say somatic and everything like that. Okay, there spells you can cast without having to speak an incantation or do fancy hand signs. Like I said, I don't get that. I feel like the player who was, they weren't metagaming, because it's not like they were going off knowledge of certain things. The DM was kind of metagaming, but that, like I said, that can be attributed to this strategy I just flat out said, as this dragon dies. You gotta take into consideration that a mage is gonna know how to get around spells, and he's gonna take into consideration that other people know how to get around spells. I don't get what people don't get about that. Like, that's just my way about it. And you're basing everything off one strategy. You can't base everything off one. You have to have contingency strategies. What did Captain Cold say? Make a plan, execute a plan, expect the plan to go off the rails, and then modify the plan as it go along. Okay then. But we're gonna end the video there. Please be sure to hit the like and subscribe button, notification button, and the bell, because it's a small gesture from you. It's free, but it means the absolute world to me. It lets me know you guys are picking up what I'm putting down, and with the YouTube algorithm, it pushes my content out to people that may not know this channel exists, and that's how we have the channel grow. But I'm gonna say this: in the meantime, in between time, I'm always with the peace signs. I am King Sway, playing Elden Ring, and this game is awesome. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for hanging out with me.